Hello there, Andrew Rondo here. Now, most of my life I've been working for someone else. I've been working for large corporate companies and working for angry bosses, great bosses, bully bosses, but always at the beck and call of someone else. And I really enjoyed that corporate life. That's what I like. I had a really successful career, and over the last 30 years or so, I've received some, great promotions and some great pay rises. And in the last year of me working in the corporate world, I earned something like $250,000, $250,000, something like that. But it was hard work. It was a real hard slog. It was long hours, and I did that for 30 years. Now, I really enjoyed it. There's nothing going to take that away from me. I did enjoy those times, but there was something inside me which sort of said there had to be a better way to make a living, because I wasn't getting a lot of freedom. I was working long hours, but I wanted that freedom, and money was important, but it wasn't so important anymore. 30 years working long hours. I had the money, and I thought there had to be something else out there. And then one day, out of the blue, someone said to me, "Have you thought about making money online?" And I thought, well, obviously no. We're going back 3 years, something like that. So no, I haven't thought about that. But I had a look at the internet. I turned to the internet, and I came really excited, because there were sales letters everywhere. The sorts of sales letters which was going to say to me, buy this course, make me a millionaire, sign up for this program, sign up to buy this audio, that sort of thing. And I believed them, and at the end of the day, I had a bookshelf full of all these different products and audios and videos, and a smaller bank balance as a result, but I bought them. Now, I created my first online product, and I believed the hype of the internet. I believed the hype of the sales pages, and I thought I was going to be able to retire after a couple of weeks. I thought I was going to, maybe a couple of months, but I got really excited. So I launched the online product, and it bombed. I then got a little bit depressed, and I realised that I'd spent loads and loads of money on all these different products. I was overwhelmed, and I just really didn't know where to go. And I realised that I needed someone to help me, because I was getting nowhere fast and spending all of my hard-earned cash from the corporate world. I was still working in the corporate world at the same time, so I was doing my online stuff, my online business alongside my full-time role. So yeah, it was really long hours, really hard work, but that was my plan B. So I needed some help, and I did a lot of research, and I came across Dan Lok. And with Dan, I started straight away where I should have started months and months ago, and it was with my core message, and then my sales funnel, and then product creation and copywriting, everything that's really needed to build an online business and start generating some income. And that's what I wanted. Dan really opened up my mind. He opened up my mind to the extraordinary potential of the internet. The first sales page that Dan and I worked together, well, he ripped apart my sales page, and that now converts at something like 7.5%, and it was converting, when I wrote it, it was converting at less than 1%, and that's a serious increase in income. Remember, my very first product launch bombed, so with the help of Dan, I don't know what less than 1% is to 7.5% is an increase, but it's a big increase. He then introduced me to some of his other clients, and with those clients I built some partnerships, and one of them in particular, we did a joint product together, and it's grown into my biggest selling product. and that's created another income stream for me. So I've now got two, and so on and so on. And with Dan, I discovered all the sorts of little secrets that these internet marketers, these successful internet marketers, keep to themselves. So it's quite interesting when you become a client of Dan's that you get the real inside, because they don't really share the inside secrets for free. They only give you 50% of what you really need to do. And on top of that, Dan taught me how to focus. I was working full time. I was building my online business in my spare time, and I only had a small number of hours available to me. So he taught me, he taught me what to concentrate on, how to use my time effectively, what to outsource at a low cost, without compromising on quality and all that sort of thing. And so where am I now? What am I doing right now? Well, just over a year ago, I started my online business 3 years ago, and just over a year ago I gave up the corporate world. No more bosses, no more long stressful working days. I'm now working for myself as an internet marketer, or an internet thingy, as some of my friends call me. So a typical day for me now is I get up and I scan my emails, look at my Twitter accounts, look at my blog stats, look at my sales. It's nice when you wake up in the morning and your bank balance has grown because you've sold a few of your products. I talk to my outsourcers who are in another country to me, make sure that they understand what I want from them and that sort of thing. That takes me about an hour or something like that. I have breakfast with my wife, with my family, and I plan the rest of the day. The rest of the morning could be continuing working with my outsources. It could be generating more joint venture products, building relationships, developing opportunities, that sort of thing. Maybe coaching a client. It could be any of those sorts of things. And then in the afternoon, that's my time. I've had enough of working all day every day from now on. So afternoons, that means I don't really work. I don't know, I can if I want to, but I don't. So I tend to try to get into shape. So I go to the gym, or we go and see some relatives, or I'll go do a bit of gardening. It's basically what I want to do. I simply might relax with a book and have a nap on the sofa, something like that. And I don't know, maybe in the UK we get the odd day of sun, so I might do a little bit of sunbathing as well. But the basic thing is that I can choose what I want, what I wish. And then just early evening, I log back on, I check with my emails, and I check with my outsourcers again, that sort of thing. Check my stats, and then the rest of the evening is mine. And at the day, I suppose I'm working 4 or 5 hours of the day, and that keeps me, that generates enough income from me in a nice, lovely, adequate lifestyle, which I really enjoy. And I have all the freedom I want, and that wouldn't have happened without Dan working with me and teaching me all of his inside secrets. So that's it really. I just wanted to share that with you. I'm Andrew Rondo from WeBuildYourBlog.com, and I shall see you around. Speak to you soon. All the best. Bye.